The Mystery of Melchizedek. Imagine a man so mysterious that he appears in the Bible with no parents, no genealogy, no birth record, and no death record. A man who was both a king and a priest at the same time, something that was supposed to be impossible. His name was Melchizedek, and he shows up in the Bible for exactly 3 verses. But those 3 verses have puzzled scholars for thousands of years. Some even believe he wasn't human at all. Today, we're going to uncover the shocking truth about the most mysterious figure in the entire Bible. We're going back about 4,000 years to one of the first recorded wars in human history. Abraham, yes, that Abraham, has just won an incredible military victory. His nephew Lot had been captured by 4 powerful kings who had formed an alliance. These weren't just local tribal leaders. We're talking about the kings of Babylon, Persia, and other major powers. But Abraham, with just 318 trained men from his household, launched a surprise night attack and completely defeated this massive coalition. He rescued Lot, recovered all the stolen goods, and became a hero. But it's what happened after this victory that changes everything. Because that's when the most mysterious figure in biblical history suddenly appears. Genesis 14:18 simply says, "Then Melchizedek, king of Salem, brought out bread and wine. He was priest of God Most High." Wait, what? Where did this guy come from? Every other person in Genesis has a family tree, a background, a story. But Melchizedek? He just appears. Look at this pattern. Abraham, son of Terah. Isaac, son of Abraham. Jacob, son of Isaac. Melchizedek. Nothing. No father, no mother, no genealogy. It's like he materialized out of thin air. But here's what's even more shocking. Melchizedek held 2 titles that were never supposed to go together, king and priest. In the ancient world, and especially later in Israel, these roles were completely separate. Kings ruled from palaces. Priests served in temples. They had different bloodlines, different responsibilities, different authorities. In fact, when King Uzziah later tried to act as a priest, God struck him with leprosy instantly. The message was clear. Kings don't do priestly work. But somehow Melchizedek was both. King of Salem, priest of God Most High. The question is, how? Let's decode his name because Hebrew names always have meaning. Melchi means king, and Zedek means righteousness. So Melchizedek literally means king of righteousness. But it gets better. He's called king of Salem. Salem means peace. So he's not just the king of righteousness, he's also the king of peace. Now, where have we heard those titles before? King of righteousness, king of peace. These sound remarkably similar to titles given to Jesus Christ. So what actually happened when Abraham met Melchizedek? Genesis 14:19-20 tells us, "Then Melchizedek blessed Abraham, saying, 'Blessed be Abram by God Most High, creator of heaven and earth. And praise be to God Most High, who delivered your enemies into your hand.'" Notice something incredible here. Melchizedek is blessing Abraham, not the other way around. And Abraham, the man God chose to be the father of nations, accepts this blessing. But here's the kicker. Abraham gives Melchizedek 1/10 of everything he had recovered, a tithe. To put this in perspective, this is the first recorded tithe in human history. Abraham, who argued with God, who questioned God's plans, who was called God's friend, submits to this mysterious priest-king without hesitation. Fast forward 1,000 years. King David writes Psalm 110:4. "The Lord has sworn and will not change his mind. You are a priest forever in the order of Melchizedek." Then, another 1,000 years later, the book of Hebrews drops this theological bombshell. Without father or mother, without genealogy, without beginning of days or end of life, resembling the Son of God, he remains a priest forever. Did you catch that? Without beginning of days or end of life. This isn't just missing paperwork. This is describing someone who exists outside of time itself. The writer of Hebrews is saying that Melchizedek is a type of Christ, a preview, a shadow, a prophetic picture of Jesus who would come later. So who was Melchizedek? Scholars have three main theories. Theory 1. He was a pre-incarnate appearance of Jesus Christ himself, a theophany, God appearing in human form before the incarnation. Theory 2. He was a special human being chosen by God to be a type or picture of the coming Messiah. Theory 3. He was an angel or supernatural being sent by God to bless Abraham. Each theory has compelling evidence, but here's what we know for sure. Melchizedek's story teaches us several powerful truths. First, God's plans are bigger than we can imagine. Long before the law was given, before the priesthood was established, God had already shown us what the perfect priest-king would look like. Second, sometimes the most important encounters happen when we least expect them. Abraham was just returning from battle when he met this mysterious figure who would change his understanding of God forever. Third, true authority doesn't need to announce itself. Melchizedek didn't need a resume, a pedigree, or credentials. Abraham recognized his authority immediately. Here's the question for us today. Are you open to God working in mysterious ways? Sometimes God's greatest revelations come through the most unexpected encounters. Melchizedek shows us that God has been preparing for Jesus Christ since the very beginning of time. Every detail of Scripture points to him. The mystery of Melchizedek reminds us that God's story is far more intricate and beautiful than we could ever imagine. This mysterious priest-king who appeared for just 3 verses has impacted theology for 4,000 years. What do you think? Was Melchizedek a pre-incarnate appearance of Jesus, a special human chosen by God, or something else entirely? Drop your theory in the comments. I love hearing different perspectives on these biblical mysteries. And if you're fascinated by these hidden gems in Scripture, you're going to love what's coming next week. We're diving into the shocking story of Jephthah, the judge who made a vow to God that he immediately regretted. It's a story that will challenge everything you think you know about faith and sacrifice. Make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss it. And share this video with someone who loves biblical mysteries as much as you do. Until next time, remember that God's story is full of mysteries that point to one ultimate truth: Jesus Christ, our eternal priest-king in the order of Melchizedek.